Hello, I'm Joey.
And I'm Caitlin.
We're a young couple traveling in our truck camper. We'd like to give you guys a walk around video. We sold everything we had and quit our jobs to travel for a little bit, eventually find a new place to live. I don't think this is going to be a permanent move. I don't know if it really ever is. We chose this over going with a van because it's just simply easier. You don't have to build it out yourself. It's a 2012 Ford F-250 and a 2005 Northstar Laredo SC short bed truck camper. It's totally off-grid. It's got solar, 30-gallon water tank. Pretty great setup. You know, our truck's four-wheel drive. We can take it a lot of places. The camper's not terribly heavy, so we're not limited on space. We typically stay out in places like this. This is a BLM spot outside of Zion National Park in Hurricane, Utah. Beautiful spot, mountains all around us, plateaus. We absolutely love the desert. We traveled quite a distance already. This is our 4th month in. And yeah, we'll give you guys a walk around video. Hello, this is our rig tour video. We've been traveling for about 4 months now in our 2005 Northstar Laredo SC short bed truck camper and our 2012 F-250 gas motor 4-wheel drive. So far everything's been great on it. We did lots of modifications to get the vehicle ready for the heavy load in the back and being able to do different off-road trails and get us out to beautiful spots like this in Hurricane, Utah. So far we've traveled about 17,000 miles. Been pretty much all over the West Coast and back to our home of Georgia for a short period of time. Truck's given us no issues. A lot of people wonder why I went with gas instead of diesel, and honestly it was just cost of maintenance, cost of ownership, entry cost. We don't have too much into this truck. It's a XL work truck. It is an FX4, so it does have the off-road package, locking rear differential. Those are not the original wheels and tires. They're 34-inch BFG KO2s. Really good tires. I actually just put those on. I had a set of Nittos on it before. We actually took the camper off in Moab and had a good time. Did a little bit of some of the tougher Jeep trails like Fins and things. Unfortunately, with the camper on, it sways a little too much to be doing any off-road trails or anything like that. But the 4-wheel drive system's phenomenal. The low range is excellent. Locking hubs, and they're great for highway use. They're kind of a pain when you got to get out and lock them and unlock them when you're on the trail. The gas mileage on the truck's been okay. It does about between 10 and 11, depending on the altitude and if you're in the mountains. We had to do some modifications to get it ready. I don't know if you can see in there, but it's got Bilstein 6112 shocks, the heavy duty shocks in there, both front and rear. It has the airlift airbags that I set up to about 90 psi to deal with the weight. The camper itself is rated at, I think they say, just under 2,100 pounds. I'm gonna guess fully loaded it's probably closer to 3,000 with water and everything. We use the rear, we do the frame ties. It did have the Happy Jack bumper mount, and it just bent the bumper up. It didn't actually secure it. There was a lot of sway. The front is the Happy Jack that mounts to the truck bed. It came with the camper, and it saved some money not having to replace it like the rear ones there. It has a horizontal 20-gallon propane tank. It lasts us about 10 days. We run the fridge off of it, occasionally the furnace, water heater fairly frequently, and we cook every day multiple times on the stove. I would like to have a little larger propane tank, but it's okay. It outlasts our water. One of the features this camper has that the previous owner built is this beautiful swing out rear gate. It attaches to the jacks and onto the side of it, and it holds technically 2 bikes. We don't put it on there because it is a little too much weight with the kayaks, and I have mounted 2 kayaks to it. That wasn't the original intention of the rack. It was originally just for bikes, but I used roof rack, little Field and Stream roof rack mounts, did them horizontal, and then just ratchet strapped it up. Haven't had any issues with it. There was a bumpy road outside of Mount St. Helens that gave us a little trouble, and it loosened up the 80/20 rack, but a couple Allen keys and it was all good to go. It does have a fold down table. It's pretty cool. I don't use it hardly ever. Honestly, we don't really cook outside. We pretty much just cook inside. It never seems to get too hot or anything. We do bring 2 bikes with us when we do keep inside, just because of convenience, and with the rack being too heavy. Our sticker collection, we've been to 20 national parks so far. Tomorrow will be our 21st, the Grand Canyon. We got one of the little solar lights off of Amazon for 20 bucks. Pretty cool little light, puts out a lot of light, charges every night, doesn't have any issues. Other than that, we have our WeBoost 4GM. I got it remanufactured or returned or whatever on Amazon, and it works okay. Sometimes it seems to pick up signal and it doesn't give me any data. It'll let you make phone calls, and sometimes it works great. We don't use it all too often, just because sometimes it is disappointing. I don't know if I'd spend $500 on it again. I got the remanufactured one for like $379 on Amazon, and I guess that's okay. I also put an ARB awning on it. This camper did not come with an awning like a lot of the smaller truck campers do. I used some, I guess, angle aluminum, and I mounted it and caulked it up to the sides of the camper just to mount it up there, being that it is for a roof rack. It's 2500 millimeter model. All of our windows are the Dometic sights. They're fantastic. I had to replace the screen in this one, and I actually lost the window on this one because I left it unlatched, and I just replaced it with some plexiglass because unfortunately I couldn't find a replacement window. And the ones I did find were very expensive. So $30 worth of plexiglass, and I'll manage. Our truck is the extended cab, which is awesome. We normally have our dog with us. He's actually back in Georgia right now because of the desert temperature. We didn't want to overheat him. I guess we got to go get him a little later, but he normally stays in the back. I built a little platform back there for him. I took his seat out, did it. Again, it's a basic work truck. It is how it looks, you know, all the time. A bunch of junk back there, our leveling blocks, a toolbox and chairs and everything. We removed one of the seats. We had the other seat in there still though, in case we need to take a passenger. We do have 200 watts, I don't know if you can see up top, 200 watts of solar. It's their energy kit. It's done us fantastic. We have 200 watts and 200 amp hour battery pack. The battery pack, one is in the original spot and one's in the cupboard. They're both pretty hidden. We have a 1500 watt inverter, which we don't use terribly often. Pretty much everything we have is USB powered except for our laptops. Other than in the rainforest, we haven't had any issues, or the Olympic National Park, we haven't really had any issues with running out of power. You know, unless we're 2 or 3 days in the shade, then we run low. Yeah, so we'll go inside now, take a look at everything. I'll try my best to give you a good look inside. It's pretty small. It's about maybe 80 or 90 square feet. Let's see what we can find. We have laminate floors. I think these are just standard with it. We do have a full shower and cassette toilet. We do use a cassette toilet. It's also where we hang up our trash and laundry and recycle. You know, we shower about twice a week and frequently use the cassette toilet. It's very easy to use. It doesn't really smell that bad. It's easy for me to dump. You know, typically I have to sit down and shower because I'm pretty tall, but it's all right. The inside ceiling's about 6'4", and I'm 6'3", so it's kind of a pain when I have my shoes on, but I deal with it. Other than where that AC unit is, I don't have an issue hitting my head or anything. We've got a large cabinet wardrobe. I think this is originally for clothes, but we divided it off. It's kind of a mess in there right now. It's where one of our batteries and our inverter is. We have to keep it locked up pretty good with these bungee cords, otherwise things will fall out. We have a pretty basic kitchen. Unfortunately, this one didn't come with an oven. That's one thing we really miss. We made our own little spice rack there out of a little like home goods jar holder, and I just screwed it into the wall. This is a little pantry, cabinets. We keep our dishes and our food up there, coffee maker and stuff. Double sink, which is very nice. 2 drawers down there, a junk drawer and a silverware drawer. Then under cabinet, which has our water pump where we keep our pots and pans. My WeBoost controller's in there. Since it's the truck one, I have to use the little antenna that has like a 20-foot cord, and I have to keep it pretty close. Another pain with that. We redid the upholstery with some nice, I'm not sure, maybe boho style design, I'm not sure, but it's really cool. We really dig it. Little Walmart pillows. Up top here, if I can get it. Up top here's a fold down cabinet. It technically becomes a bed for small kids, a little bunk, but we don't have the cushions or anything. We just keep all of our camping supplies, supplements and stuff, and hygiene stuff in there. All of our lights have been converted to LED. They hardly have any draw. It's fantastic. We have a ton of lights in here too, so if we need to get it bright at night, it's fine, you know. Our refrigerator, we have a large Dometic. I think it's a 4 cubic foot. It's great, and it's in the kitchen area. Some of these smaller campers have it up top over here, where some of the Lancers have it over here, which I don't think I'd be a big fan of. Yeah, we've got our national parks poster and some postcards down there. Fridge freezer, it's pretty packed out right now. But yeah, we love it. Does a great job. Runs on propane, doesn't use hardly any. Gets really cold. Only issues we've ever had with it was the flame blowing out on Padre Island. It's just, the wind was just too strong and it kept popping my flame. Got a little bookcase we made out of a little wine box. I think we put 3M tape underneath it. It's really heavy, so it doesn't really fall out. Nice to have a couple books and then our supplies there. Caitlin's laptop. In our bed area. It's a queen size north-south facing. Really great. That was absolutely imperative. We had to have north-south facing. There's just no way around it. Then we got our 2 windows on each side. That one unfortunately doesn't open anymore because it's that fixed plexiglass. Got some netting to hold clothes if we need it. There's 2 little chests here. That's where we keep both of our clothes. That's Caitlin's, that's mine. And then we keep some of our winter clothes and jackets and stuff in here. Got a skylight, clear skylight with a bug screen and shade that we put out. Really great to look at the stars at night in some of these places, especially out here in Utah. I mean, the Milky Way is just incredible. You see it even into the morning, right before the sun rises. It's still got the TV antenna. We don't have a TV or ever use it. Just afraid if I remove it, I'll end up getting a water leak or something, so it's just gonna stay there. Doesn't really matter. We have a little furnace in here that also does a great job. Like, it keeps us, we don't run it at night or anything, but in the morning, some of these high altitude places are so cold, it's just imperative to turn it on. Just quickly get our double sink. We always use biodegradable soap so we can dump our water wherever we need to. 3-burner stove, and our little fantastic fan, and a little bottle opener.
What about our kitchen tiles?
Our kitchen tiles?
Our kitchen tiles, the tile background is like a stick and peel.
Yeah.
Peel stick off of Amazon that we found.
Yeah, it makes it look really cool. It's not wallpaper anymore. Yeah,
homey.
it does. It's like, what is our home?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's pretty basic. Got our water pump switch here. Got a voltmeter, USB ports everywhere. This is our water tank. It's a 30-gallon water, fresh water, 15-gallon gray, and then the 5-gallon cassette toilet. We got a Lagoon table that swings out. It's great. Goes wherever you need it to. Of course, the bench. It's nice having a little like dinette couch area. It's one thing about having a bigger rig would have more sitting space, but it's already like we have 2 rooms. She can get up there and close the curtain, and she's upstairs, as we call it. Yeah, pretty simple setup. It's been great. We haven't had any issues. It's a high quality rig. North Stars make awesome campers. They seem to be a little hard to find, but I would absolutely recommend picking one up. They're a little narrow, which is great getting places, but leaves you a little space. Yeah, that's our rig.